Casuarina Tree by Toru Dutt. She is one of the very famous poetess of Indian English literature. Casuarina Tree is written by Toru Dutt. It's a superb creation of Toru Dutt. Before I teach this poem, I would like to tell you that what is actually in this Casuarina Tree. I am Dr. Mala Srivastava, Assistant Professor, Department of English, Govt PG College, Saidabad, Prayagraj. This is the course of BA, third year, semester 6 of English Literature. The course title is Indian and New Literature in English. Actually, the whole syllabus is divided into 2 papers. This content is one of the first paper and of unit 3rd. Our second paper is Literature and Media in Film Studies. Here, I would like to teach you our Casuarina Tree. So before I start, let us overview about the content. First of all, I would like to tell you about the poet, the literary contributions, stanza-wise explanation, analysis, culture dualities, personal memory and loss, author's reflections. It is about the poet. Toru Dutt was a prodigy of Indian literature, often referred to as the Keats of Indo-Anglian literature due to her immense talent and tragically short life. She was a pioneer who bridged the gap between Eastern heritage and Western education. Let me explain these lines here. Toru Dutt was a prodigy of Indian literature, often referred to as the Keats of Indo-Anglian literature. It is written here, John Keats, who was a sensuous poet of romantic age, he has lost his life in a very short time. In the same way, Toru Dutt has also lost her life in a very short time. She has also got immense talent of writing poetries. In the same way, Keats too have got the immense talent of writing poetries, but it's very, very tragedy for John Keats and Toru Dutt, both of them also, that they have lost their life in a very short time. Next line is written here, she was a pioneer who bridged the gap between Eastern heritage and Western education. This is very contradictory sentence here, that she was a pioneer who bridged the gap between Eastern heritage and Western education. Actually, first of all, if we know this line, we have to know the early life and heritage of Toru Dutt. Toru Dutt was born on March 4, 1857 in Calcutta. Now this city is called Kolkata, into the illustrious Dutt family, known for its literary inclinations and wealth. Toru Dutt was born in Calcutta, and she was from a very illustrious Dutt family who have always given their life for literary inclination and wealth. Now, we will know the conversion, what happened to her. In 1862, her father, Govind Chand Dutt, converted the entire family to Christianity. This shift deeply influenced Toru's word life, though she remained profoundly connected to Hindu mythology. Actually, she was living in Kolkata, but her father, Govind Chand Dutt, he has converted the whole family into Christianity, and the whole family, they have moved to England. But the love for Hindu mythology, tradition and culture that has not left from the heart of Toru Dutt. This shift has deeply influenced Toru's world life, though she has gone to England, but there also she has not forgotten the Hindu mythology. Let us know about her education. In 1869, the family traveled to France and England. Toru and her sister Aru attended higher lectures for women at Cambridge University, an opportunity rarely afforded to Indian women in the 19th century. I would like to explain you these lines, that her education was in abroad in 1869 when she has been traveled to France and England. Toru and her sister Aru, both of them, they have given the higher lectures for women, which was very rare for the women at that time in the Cambridge University, that they can give the lecture, but it was a very golden chance for Toru and her sister, that rarely Indian women give such lectures in a Cambridge University. In the 19th century of Indian women, these two sisters have got their identity, they have got their recognition by their higher lectures for women in Cambridge University. My third point is of that content is literary contribution. Toru Dutt was a polyglot, mastering Bengali, English, French, and later Sanskrit. Her work is celebrated for its lyrical beauty and its ability to translate Indian soulfulness in European forms. Let us try to understand that why it is written about Toru Dutt, that Toru Dutt was a polyglot. She has been mastered in Bengali, English, French, and later on Sanskrit also. Means she has got mastered over all these languages in a very short life. Her work is celebrated for its lyrical beauty, the way she writes poetry, the lyrics which she used, it's enhanced the beauty of the poem, and she has also got ability to translate full Indian soulfulness, means from the feelings which comes from the heart, it comes in the European forms. Her first work, which has become very famous, A Chef Gleaned in French Fields in 1856. This was her first published book containing English translations of French poetry. Critics in London and Paris were stunned that an Indian girl in her early 20s could capture the nuances of French Romanticism so perfectly. Let us know about it, that what is actually A Chef Gleaned in French Fields, 1856. This was Toru's first publication, and people were very surprised, very stunned that an Indian girl at the age of 20, how could she capture the whole nuances of French Romanticism so perfectly? It was very strange for all the people to know Toru that she has got command over not only in one language but all four languages. Her second work was Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan, published posthumously in 1882. This is considered her masterpiece. In it, she reinterpreted Indian myths like stories of Savitri, Lakshman and Dhruv through the lens of English verse. Now, first of all, as I have explained you about the book A Chef Gleaned in French Fields, now the second is Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan. It was published in 1882, but it's very strange, though she has gone to England, but she has not forgotten the mythology, the Indian mythology in the form of stories. She has explained in such a way the story of Savitri, the story of Lakshman and Dhruv through the lens of English verse. It is written here through the lens of English verse. Actually, She has written this Hindu mythology in English in such a way that people, they have given the one of the masterpiece of Toru that she has got command on all four languages, and the Hindu mythology has been explained in such a way that people liked it very much, and they have given that it is a masterpiece in this world. Her third creation is Lee General de Mademoiselle de Arvers. She holds the distinction of being the first Indian to write a novel in French. This work showcased her deep psychological insight and her command over the French language. Now you can see here that she has learned French language also, but being an Indian, she has written a novel in French. This has really given the popularity that how a girl of 21, she could write such a good novel in French here. Now my topic, our Casuarina Tree, the key poem, is perhaps her most famous work, blending a description of a tree in her garden with deep nostalgia for her lost sibling. Before I explain this poem, I would like to tell you something about our Casuarina Tree. Our Casuarina Tree, it's the most famous work of Toru Dutt. It's a superb creation of Toru Dutt. And no other poem at that time, when Toru has written this poem, has got such popularity in Indian English literature. And you just see here the significance of the title, Our Casuarina Tree. It is not written My Casuarina Tree. It is written Our Casuarina Tree. Means the tree is not only dear to her, but for all those siblings who were no more in this world. Actually, this tree is in the garden of Toru when she was living in India. The whole image, the nostalgia, the environment with her siblings, she has not lost from her heart. It was inside her heart, and that is why this tree was very dear to her. Now I will explain you the first stanza, that how she has written in a very beautiful lyrics this poem here. We can see that how elegiac she becomes when she writes these lines here. First see here, like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embraces bound no other tree could live. But gallantly the giant wears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among, whereon all day are gathered bird and bee, and oft at night the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sun darkling from our tree while men repose. So such a beautiful and emotional lines which Toru Dutt has written. In first line only, you can see the simile here, one of the figure speeches here, like a huge python. Python is a snake. The tree is compared here in Toru's image that it has got a long, huge trunk, and the python, the snake, has winded round and round in such a way that it has given the deep scars on it. The trunk was twisted tightly in such a way that it has left scars on it. Up to its very summit near the stars, and the tree was so tall that it seems that it touches the stars here. A creeper climbs in whose embraces bound no other tree could live. and the creepers, the small branches of the tree, climbs or embraces as if that they have embraced totally so tightly the trunk that no other tree could live there. But gallantly, the giant wears the scarf. Here the giant is a tree here, as the giant wears the scarf in their neck. In the same way, the creepers, they have tightly twisted the whole trunk in such a way as if that in its trunk they have wore the scarf here. And flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among. And the flowers are hung in crimson. Crimson is a red color. They have flowered in such a way as if that they have become the bunch of flowers. They have that overpowered the beauty of the tree here. All the boughs among whereon all day are gathered bird and bee. Now the tree looks so beautiful that on the branches of the tree the whole day, see the ecological beauty here, the Toru Dutt, how she has narrated the bees hum and the bees buzz and the birds hum. The chirping sounds of the birds, they just enhance the beauty of the tree here. And oft at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from our tree while men repose. Now tree is personified here. Tree is personified here in the eyes of Toru Dutt, that at the time of night when the garden overflows with the beautiful sweet smell of flowers, she could hear the sweet song of near and dear ones by the tree. Can you suppose that tree was so close to her that it seems that tree itself was singing a song for the people who were no more in this world. Now I hope you have understood this first stanza, but before I start the second one, let us know the explanation of this, the first stanza. The opening stanza of our Casuarina Tree presents the image of the tree. What I have explained you here, the poet recalls how a creeper wound around the tree like a python. Like a python, python is a snake, how it has twisted the whole trunk in such a way it seems that they did not want to leave it alone. Its grip was so tight that it left a scar on the trunk. The poet further mentions that no other tree could have endured this pressure. No other tree could tolerate this pressure as the Casuarina tree was tolerating the endurance of all the creepers in its heart. As it is too strong, the tree was so strong that it no other tree can endure such pressure to touch the trunk of the tree here. Additionally, the giant tree has gracefully worn those scars like a scarf, symbolizing its resilience. To emphasize its strength, the poet notes it is adorned with crimson flowers on every branch, resembling a crown. It seems the tree was so huge, it seemed the trunk was decorated in such a way as if that the tree was wearing a crown on its head that attracts the birds and bees. Often during sleepless nights, she could listen to the music that emanated from her garden as if it were endless. The song which the tree murmured, or it seemed that it is endless for those people, not only for her, for all those people who were no more in this world. Now see the second stanza. When my first casement is wide open thrown, at dawn my eyes delighted on it rest, Sometimes and most in winter on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise, while on the lower boughs his puny offspring leap about the play, and far and near kokilas hail the day, and to their pastures wing our sleepy cows, and in the shadow on the broad tank caused by that whole tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow immersed. Now in this stanza, poet has become so emotional when she was living in her house, when she opened her window, casement is window here, it seems that the whole environment has become so beautiful that she became delighted by seeing the whole environment. It was actually the time of morning, sometimes and most in winter, not only sometimes but most of all in winter. On its crest, means on its top of the trunk here, a grey baboon, a grey colored monkey, sits just like a statue, alone, as if it was also trying to watch the sunrise and enjoying the beauty of the whole environment. She has given the whole environment the natural beauty by her lyrics, while on lower boughs, and on the lower boughs, his puny offspring, means the children of the monkeys, they leap about and play, they play on the branches of the tree, and far and near kokilas hail the day, and the kokila is a bird, in Hindi we say koel, they sing all the time a very melodious song which enhance the beauty of the whole environment. And to their postures went our sleepy cows. And the cows, they are just going, it's the time of morning, so they are going for the, to feed, or we can say to the grassland. And in the shadow on the broad tank cast by that whole tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow in mast. And in the shadow, it seems that where the tree was situated, there was a broad tank. It's a type of a pond there. By that whole tree, so beautiful and vast, and the tree was looking so beautiful, huge and vast. The water lilies are the type of plant. It comes in the spring season only, like snow and vast. They have fallen in the water in such a way as if that the whole pond was filled with the snow, as the snow has got white in color. In the same way, water lilies are also white in color. So in this stanza, you can see the natural beauty, how Toru Dutt, by her lyrical lines, she has given the natural beauty, or we can say the natural environment for the people here, that how dear for her the tree was. Now let us see the explanation here. Our Casuarina Tree describes the poet's delightful dawn experiences in its second stanza. She is delighted every morning when she opens her window and looks at the tree. She displays an image of a scene that changes with the seasons. Our Casuarina Tree describes the poet's delightfulness at the time of dawn, or you can say morning. She is so delighted, she is so happy, she is so amused in the morning by seeing the natural beauty from her window along with the tree. She displays an image of a scene that changes with the season. Here she has mentioned the season of winter, but the tree was dear to her in all the seasons. She has observed a baboon, or we can say monkey, sitting on the top limb like a statue, as if it was also waiting for the first beam of sunlight, mainly in the winter, but occasionally in other seasons also. On the other hand, his funny offspring plays in the tree's lower limb. The poet encountered the kokila's welcome letter in addition to this breathtaking scenery. She has also seen the water lilies blooming like accumulated snow beneath means under the shadow of the whole tree, and the cows, they have been led to the pastures. Now, in the second stanza, we have enjoyed the natural beauty of the sunrise of the winter. Now come in the third stanza. But not because of its magnificence. Dear is the Casuarina to my soul. Beneath it we have played, though years may roll. O sweet companions, loved with love intense, for your sakes, shall the tree be ever dear? Then with your images, it shall arise in memory, till the hot tears blind mine eyes. What is that dirge-like murmur that I hear? Like the sea breaking on a shingle beach, it is the tree's lament and airy speech that happily to the unknown land may reach. Now see here, the tree was dear to Toru Dutt. She mentioned here not because of its magnificence. The tree was not dear to her that it was very huge, it was very grand, it was very tall. The tree was dear to her soul because under it we have played. The line is written here, we have played. It means she has not alone played, but she has played with her siblings. Though years may roll in the passage of time, though everything was forgotten, but she has not forgotten those siblings, or we can say those companions with whom she had played under the tree. It's a beautiful line from here, just you see. She was recalling her sweet companions. Loved with love intense. Loved with love intense means the depth, the depth which she has got in her heart, the love which she has got in her heart. For your sakes, your is here for the companion, for your sakes, shall the tree be ever dear? As the tree was dear to her, she was asking a question here. The tree was dear to everybody or for me only? Blend with your images. Your, again I can say here it is for the sweet companions. It was blending. It is in her mind, in her soul, the images of her siblings, of her companions. It shall arise in memory till the hot tears blind my eyes. See the touching lines here, that in their memory, she remembers all those companions, all those siblings, till the hot tears blind mine eyes. Till the hot tears means the tears came from her eyes, and it seems that the tears have made her blind here. What is that dirge-like murmur? And she was listening the murmuring sound in a very slow sound of murmur, as if the tree was singing or also showing its lament for those people who were no more in this world. Like the sea breaking on a shingle beach, it is the tree's lament. And you have seen near the sea there were pebbles. It seems that waves of the sea, they are coming, they are lamenting, and they are touching the pebbles, and again they are going back towards it. An airy speech, quiet happily to the unknown land may reach. It seems that the murmuring sound, the trees who was lamenting in a very airy speech, it seems that by chance it was trying to reach to the unknown land where the poet could not reach there. Now see the explanation. The speaker's recollection of the tree becomes increasingly subjective in the third stanza. She explains why the tree would always hold a special place in her heart. In addition to the joy of mourning, the tree brings back memories of playing with her brothers. The poet is moved to tears as she is reminded of their passionate love by the tree. As she reflects on the past, the poet laments for those gone souls. She also imagines that the tree is sharing her grief, which she perceives as a dirge-like murmur that sounds like the breaking waves on the pebble beach. Here, tree is personified here. Poet was telling that tree has also got a sorrow for those people. Also, the tree has got sadness for those people who may know about this in world. It creates a murmuring sound, a dirge-like murmur, a lamenting sound. It was created in such a way that the tree wants to reach to the unknown land where the poet has not a chance that she could go there. Now, see the fourth stanza. Unknown yet well known. Unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. Ah, I have heard that wail far, far away in distant lands by many a sheltered bay. Then slumbered in his cave the water rat and the waves gently kissed the classic shore of France or Italy beneath the moon, when earth lay trance in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose before mine inner vision rose a form sublime, thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime I saw thee in my own loved native clime. Now see the explanation here. The first line is written here, unknown yet well known. It's a contradictory here. First of all, she is writing here, unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. It's a trust which she has got in her heart. It was, first of all, the first word she has used here, unknown. Actually, she wanted to know the land where those siblings have gone, but it was well known to, as she has got the trust in her heart, that they were living in her heart every day, every time, every moment. Ah, I have heard that wail far, far away. It seems that she could hear the voice of those siblings who were nowhere in this world. Actually, they were far away, gone to the unknown land, but even then, they were near to her. In distant lands, by many a sheltered bay, in long, long ago, as they have gone, but in the passage of time, it seems that they have gone a very far away, the land, many a sheltered bay, many a sheltered shore. When slumbered in his cave, it seems that there was a cave, and the water rat and the waves gently kissed the classic shore. And in the cave, it seems that there is an image of a person, image of a water rat, and the waves gently kiss the classic shore. The waves, they were trying to kiss the shore here, because it seems that the people, those who were no more in this world, the siblings, those who have lost their life, they were living in that cave, and the water or the waves, they are trying to go and touch the feet of those siblings who were no more in this world. I repeat again and again, no more in this world. It is just because to give the stress on this point that they have no doubt gone from this world here, but they have not gone from the heart of Toru Dutt. That is why she has written this beautiful poem in their memory. Of France or Italy, beneath the moon, when earth lay trance in a dreamless swoon. As I have earlier told you, that the entire family, they have moved to England, France or Italy. Beneath the moon, when she was there, she was remembering the tree, and by seeing the trees of France or Italy, she was remembering the tree, how she had played with her brothers and sister Aru and Abju. These names I have not taken before, but actually they were the sister and brother of Toru Dutt. When earth lay trance in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose, before my inner vision rose a form sublime. It seems when they were playing under the tree, the moon, it gives the dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose in regard of those brothers and sisters and the companions, that it was making the heart of Toru Dutt so submissive that she could not forget the memory of those siblings. Thy form, again she was addressing to tree here. Thy form is your form, O tree, as in my happy prime I saw thee. In my happy days I have seen you in my own loved native clime. Even as I was living here, I could see you, I could see your love, I could see your feelings, I could see your expression from this native clime. Just see in the fourth stanza. In the fourth stanza, the poet expresses a deep bond with the tree. She has got a very deep bonding with the tree here. By using the imagery of waves, she transports us to a distant place that feels both unknown yet well known. Previously also I have explained you that she has used here contradictory two words here, unknown yet well known, where the waves gently kiss the classic shore, where the waves, they come in a very gentle way and trying to kiss the classic shore. Each time the sound of the waves meeting the shore swells, it evokes memories of the tree that the poet remembers from her childhood. Every time, whenever she could remember the memories of those siblings, she could remember the image of the tree she has not forgotten. Now come to the last stanza. Therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor tree, beloved of those who now in blessed sleep for our repose, dearer than life to me, alas, worthy? Mayest thou be numbered when my days are gone with desolate trees like those in Borodale, under whose awful branches lingered pale, fear, trembling, hope and death, the skeleton and time, the shadow, and though weak the verse, that would thy beauty fain, or fain rehearse, may love defend thee from oblivion curse. Therefore I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor. In your, O tree, in your honor, I have not forgotten the beloved ones who now in blessed sleep, means they have gone there in their eternal sleep. For I repose dearer than life to me. As they were sleeping, they are as dear to me as my life was. Alas, a sign of exclamation. You can see here how she was feeling sorry for those siblings. Alas, were they. Mayest thou be numbered when my days are done with deathless trees. Now, in a number of days when she was remembering all those companions, like those in Borrowdale, here is the reference of nature poet William Wordsworth, as William Wordsworth has given the beauty of yew trees in a Borrowdale, in the same way, Toru Dutt has also given the tree of the image in her poem here, under whose awful branches lingered pale, and it seems that in its branches they have become pale here in the memory of those companions. Now see the last four lines, very important. Fear, trembling hope, and death, the skeleton, and time the shadow, though weak the words that would thy beauty feign, O fain rehearse, may love defend thee from oblivion curse. Now see, fear, trembling hope, and death, the skeleton. If all these are in my heart in a passage of time, it seems that the image of the tree could diminishes in my heart, that my voice could become weak here, but I could not forget the beauty of the tree here, because not only the beauty of the tree, the whole tree has been associated in the memory of those companions to whom she has lost. My love, defend thee from oblivion curse. She expresses her feeling that she wanted to save the tree from the curse, from the oblivion curse of being forgotten. She could remember every time she has written this line that though in the passage of time everybody can forget the tree here, the companions here, but I could not want that I could forget the tree, not only the image of the tree. In this way, she wanted to make the tree immortal. It could live forever as the memories of the companions in her heart, it has become immortal for her. In the same way, she wanted that the tree, the image of the tree live a image in such a way that she could not forget the memory of the tree and the companions. See the explanation here. In the concluding stanza, the speaker expresses a desire to create a tribute to the Casuarina tree, honoring those cherished individuals who have found eternal rest and love this tree. She wishes for the tree to have a long life, akin to the yew trees of Borrowdale, referencing William Wordsworth. Additionally, she attempts to differentiate the trees of England from the Casuarina tree, linking her diverse emotions to this distinction. The Casuarina tree symbolizes nostalgia, yearning, and memory, while the trees of England signify her feelings of solitude. The poem's final lines emphasize the concept of poetry as a form of preserved memory. The poet longs for love to safeguard both the tree and her poem from the effects of time. As it is written here that the tree was very dear to Toru Dutt. She did not want to forget the tree and the companions also. That is why she wanted to save the tree, that it might not get the curse of oblivion, that people may forget this tree, that in this way she wanted to make the tree immortal in her heart. As I have completed this poem, but here I have written the analysis of this poem here. The tree serves as a vibrant testament. It has a lively testament intricately linked to the both personal and ecological narratives. Why it is written here, both personal and ecological narratives? Because in the whole poem you can see the beautiful scenery, beautiful natural elements, and also the humming of birds, the buzzing of bees. Its creeping vines evoke a sense of both limitation and endurance. We could see the endurance, or we can see the tolerance the tree has got. The creepers they have embraced in such a way that they have given the scars on the trunk of the tree here, but tree has got so much tolerance that it has no any problem by the tightness of the creepers here. In contrast to the conventional romanticized portrayal of nature found in Victorian poetry, the imagery intertwines themes of life and decay, thriving birds and bees, alongside a sorrowful tone reminiscent of grief. Actually, the poet has gone in a reminiscences of her past, or the grief of the companions, of lost company which she has got in her heart. She did not want to forget. That is why she was living in the past, and she has not forgotten the sweet memories of those companions. And here the baboon means the monkey at dawn at the time of morning, and the water lilies and the beautiful flowers, the water lilies, they are in white color. There was a pond under the tree with particular ecological and cultural elements we can see that are rarely seen in British romantic literature. Here she has compared the Indian romantic literature to British romantic literature, though she could see many beautiful trees in in England there, but she could not forget the image of Casuarina Tree from her heart. That is why she has not, it seems that she has not forgotten her culture, her tradition from her heart. Though she has moved to, to England, but she has not forgotten the cultural or the traditional values of or the Indian mythology from her heart. Significant features of the poem here, as I have written here, cultural dualities, individual memory and loss. First of all, I will explain you what is actually the cultural dualities. Colonial education is reflected in references to France and Italy, but they are reframed through the longing of an Indian speaker, reversing the usual colonial gaze. Colonial education, it is written here because as she has lived in Kolkata, but she has moved to France and Italy, there she has not forgotten. She has not forgotten the Indian beauty, the Indian culture, the Indian tradition, and she had the longing for, she had the desire for to get the colonial gaze through her poems. The redemptive power of memory is reminiscent of Wordsworth's Tintin Abbey, as Tintin Abbey of William Wordsworth have become famous till now, but the speaker's faith transcends continents rather than an English countryside. As William Wordsworth, Tintin Abbey was famous in British literature, but Toru Dutt's Casuarina Tree has not lost the Indian beauty or Indian culture or Indian tradition from her heart. In contrast, contemporary British nature poetry seldom recognizes geographical displacement as the key component of emotion. Actually, emotions, it has placed in the heart of Toru Dutt. Even the British nature poetry, seldom you could recognize when you will read the poetry here. You can see the geographical displacement, but you will see here that how Toru Dutt, by her geographical way, she has described the beauty of tree here, the emotions we can see in her in her heart, and the immense talent of writing such lyrical poetry is outstanding. Now, It is written here, individual memory and loss, and this is no doubt, this is the feeling of Toru Dutt, but we all are associated with her, that the memory and the loss which she has got in her heart. The tree is full of vessel, as a container is full of memory or the vessel is full of memory, the tree is for her. Rather than just a beautiful object, because its emotional weight comes from shared childhood. We departed with departed companions, the companions which had been departed from her, and here the emotional weight, it comes from the childhood rather than from its appearance. As I have told you earlier also, the tree was not dear to her because of its magnificence. It was dear to her because she has played with her companions under the tree. That is why the tree was very dear to her. While this emphasis on personal grief is consistent with elegiac tradition, it differs in that Indian domestic space is privatized over European graves or urns. Unlike the author's more classical translations, the invocation of hot tears and inner vision. Hot tears means in the memory of those siblings, the tears they were coming from the eyes of Toru Dutt. It reveals the inner vision and the intimate spirituality connected to place. How spiritually she was connected to that place, though she has left that place forever. And so author's reflection here. In Casuarina Tree, Toru Dutt provides a profoundly intimate and moving analysis of loss, memory, and the relationship between nature and the human spirit. The poem is an elegy for her departed siblings and a monument to the strength of nostalgia, not just a memorial to a tree. Once again, I would like to repeat these lines. In Casuarina Tree, Toru Dutt provides a profoundly intimate. She has got intimacy with those people who know of this world, and moving analysis of loss, memory, and the relationship between nature and the human spirit. That is why we can see the sense of spirituality in the whole poem, the relationship, the bonding which she has got with her companions, the loss, the memory she has not forgotten from her heart. It shows that how spiritual she was and how she has got love for nature. The poem is an elegy for her departed siblings. It is written elegy here because it's a mourning. It seems that it's a mourning song for the departed siblings and the monument to the strength of nostalgia. It is written here and a monument to the strength of nostalgia because the monument, the place she has left many years ago, not just a memorial to a tree. It is not only for the tree here, it is the nostalgia which she has got from the tree here. She was actually in her reminiscences. She was remembering all those companions, all those siblings which she has lost in the passage of time. The notion, or we can say the idea, that the tree laments her absence, and the tree is personified here. Not only Toru Dutt, along with her, the tree was also lamenting. Her absence is among the poem's most poignant observations. We can see the poignant observations in the whole poem. That thought she could hear the trees dirge like murmur. Dirge like murmur means the mourning song, or we can see the murmuring sound of the tree as if tree was also crying, or we can say lamenting for all those siblings, all those companions with Toru Dutt who have lost their life in a very short time. Thousands of miles away when she was in Europe, France or Italy, her wish to consecrate the tree through her poetry is reflected in the last stanza. Although she admits that the many cherished things eventually fade into oblivion, she hopes that her verse will shield the tree's memory from the curse of forgetfulness. She did not want to forget. She wanted to save the tree by the curse of forgetfulness. This is the reflection of author what she has got for the tree here. Thank you so much for listening me so patiently. I hope you have understood. This is as the tree is very dear for Toru Dutt, in the same way it was very dear to me also. I hope you have enjoyed the natural beauty and also the lyrical beauty of Toru Dutt's poem, Our Casuarina Tree. Thank you so much.